Hello YouTubers, CD Mangaka bringing you another minigame video guide on Red Dead Redemption. This one is about Liar's Dice. This is sweet. This will pop up quite some time into the game. I'm playing it here at Thieves' Den. Requires you about 20 bucks. We're just gonna sit down in here, skip around where I lost, and show you around where will I win. So right here it says the ante, which is here's my money, put down on the table. You're going to pick up the dice, scoop it up, and now the object of the game is to bet how many dice there are of a certain number on the table. Like right now, I'm looking at my dice. I'm going to say there's at least 2 ones. He's going to say there are 3 ones. I'm going to look at my dice. I have 1, 1, 2, 1. There could be 3 ones. So I'm going to change the bet right now to 4. With the bidding, you can only, as the game goes on and you focus on one bid, you can only do 2 things. You can either increase the quantity of the number, or you can go up to a higher number. So instead of saying there's only 2 ones, I could say 2 4s. Here I decide to say I call them out on his bluff, which is you say there is not that many dice. Now when you bet a number of dice, saying there's at least that many. So if I were to say 2 ones, there's at least 2 ones. So if there's 3 ones, I'm right. Like right here, I'm saying there are at least 2 3s. He's gonna call a bluff. Now here's a good tip for Liar's Dice. Call off your dice. Absolute minimum. Don't try to work off his dice. Just use your dice. He'll be calling. They'll probably be bluffing, and you'll kind of always be right. And when the number gets a bit too high for you, you think call a bluff or call a bit spot on. That's saying, you know what? Let's say there are 3 ones. I say there are 3 ones. Let's check them right now. And if there are 3 ones, then the person who was bluffing who made the bet gets called out and he loses a die. The object of the game is get all your people to lose a die, and they lose a die if they get caught bluffing or if they're spot on and someone calls it. Right here, he keeps saying I'm bluffing him, like no way, sir, no way. So he's losing dice. All right, here he's gonna say there's 1 1. All right, so I'm gonna have to up the quantity and the number of the quality of the dice. Quality of dice meaning the number that's on the dice itself. I'm gonna say there are 2 6s. He's gonna say liar. I'm gonna be right though. If there were 3 6s on the table, I would still be right. However, if you do a spot on bid and say there are 3 6s, meanwhile they're like 4 6s, then you're wrong. When you do a spot on bid, it has to be that exact number of that die. So hopefully this is making sense. He's going to say there's 1 2. I have a 2 right here, so he's right. It would be stupid to call him out on bluff. I'm going to say there are 2 2s. And he's going to say there are 3 6s. And I'm going to be stupid here, I think.
I think that's on the money.
And he's going to fool me into bidding spot on, like right here. He says there are 3 6s. I'm going to say, you know what? I think you're right. I only have 1 6. The sucker has none. Bid was dead wrong. Actually, 1 6. I lost a die for being wrong. That's how you lose dice, is either you get called for bluffing, you get spotted on for, someone calls you out on the correct bid, or you're just, you get caught bluffing. Right here, I'm just going to play smart again. I'm going to say I have 2 4s, and he's just going to be an idiot and call bluff. Now, when you play Liar's Dice, I'd recommend having about maybe another 2 players with you, so there are 3 guys playing. That way, somebody else can be the idiot and call the bluffs and whatnot, and lose their die while you can, go on fine. But fortunately, this guy's just on a losing streak. That's one thing about Liar's Dice. If you're losing, you're usually just going to lose straight out. But it's a very easy game. You can make a lot of money this way. I loves it. Last bid was 1 2. I'm going to say there are perhaps 2 2s. I'm assuming that he's saying what his dice are. I'm going to go with that. And we're going to get him right here. He's going to say there are 2 3s. He's only got 1 die. I have 1 2. There could be 2 2s, but there's not 2 3s. So I'm going to say you're bluffing. I got 1 2. He's got 1 2. There are not 3 2s. I got the sucker to make a bad call, and he lost his dice, and I won the game. So just a little reasoning will get you through Liar's Dice. Hopefully this little video guide makes sense. Now enjoy, telling the truth at Liar's Dice, or lying if that's your thing. See you later.